This is Micky van de Ven. And this is Gareth Bale.
Well, it's a brilliant run from Bale. He's so unstoppable in these circumstances. Oh, that is...
This is Micky van de Ven again.
Van de Ven!
And this is Gareth Bale again. And now, people are seriously starting to ask, could Micky van de Ven actually make the same transformation Bale did from defender to unstoppable attacker? To answer that question, we need to look at how both players became monsters in their own way. Before they were sprinting past defenders and breaking speed records, both Micky van de Ven and Gareth Bale were quite simply defenders. Two players, two eras, one unlikely parallel. Gareth Bale's journey began in the south coast of England, Southampton, a skinny left-footed teenager who could strike a dead ball like thunder. He started as a left-back, disciplined and fast, but not yet the superstar who'd light up Europe. His pace was raw, his technique elegant, and his drive relentless. Coaches saw something different. A kid who didn't just want to defend, he wanted to explode forward. Bale's crosses started turning into goals. His free kicks started finding the top corner. The signs of a player breaking out of his own position were there long before anyone noticed. Meanwhile, in the Netherlands, a young Micky van de Ven was carving his own unlikely path. No fancy academies, no Ajax, no PSV, just FC Volendam, a club known for grit and graft. He wasn't a prodigy, he was a project. Tall, composed, and deceptively fast. Even as a teenager, Micky was reading the game like a veteran, calmly stepping past pressure, carrying the ball into midfield when others would panic. At 18, he captained Volendam. At 20, he was already leading grown men on the pitch. Then came VfL Wolfsburg and the step up to elite football. Suddenly, he wasn't just fast, he was clocked at 35.9 kilometers per hour, the fastest defender in Germany. Scouts started whispering, he's not a normal center back. Bale's rise at Spurs followed a similar disbelief. At first, he was seen as a defensive liability. 24 matches without a win when he started. But when pushed further up the pitch, something changed. He became electric. The fullback turned forward, the defender turned destroyer. And here's where the stories converge. Both men started in positions designed to contain others, but their instincts told them to create. For Bale, it led to a career-defining transformation from left back to left wing legend. For Van de Ven, the question remains, because if you look closely, the signs are there. The control, the power, the timing, the fearlessness. The only thing left to ask is, could Tottenham be witnessing that transformation again? To understand if Micky van de Ven could follow the path of Gareth Bale, we need to look at how both men evolved. When Bale arrived at Tottenham Hotspur in 2007, he was still technically a left back. All energy and raw ability. But under the lights of the Premier League, that energy became electricity. He wasn't the most physical or the most polished, but he had something more dangerous. Fearlessness. The turning point came in 2010. Under Harry Redknapp, Spurs faced Inter Milan in the Champions League. Bale, now playing slightly higher up the pitch, unleashed something uncontainable. 3 goals that tore apart the European champions. Macon, one of the best fullbacks in the world, was left chasing shadows. That night, the world realized Gareth Bale wasn't meant to defend. He was born to attack. His transformation from left back to winger wasn't a tactical gamble. It was an evolution of instinct. Once Spurs stopped limiting him to defensive duties, Bale's natural power, acceleration, and technique turned him into one of Europe's most unstoppable weapons. Within 2 seasons, he was winning the PFA Player of the Year and forcing world record bids from Real Madrid. Now look at Van de Ven. Different position, same instinct. At Wolfsburg, he was a raw center back who loved to break lines, not just clear them. He would glide through pressure, step into midfield, and drive the ball 30, 40, 50 yards forward. It was controlled chaos, the kind of movement you expect from a winger, not a defender. Since joining Tottenham, that attacking instinct has only grown. Under Thomas Frank, Van de Ven has started doing the unthinkable for a center back, scoring goals, leading counters, and even captaining the side in the Champions League. In one unforgettable moment against Bad Glimt, he picked up the ball outside his own box and ran the length of the pitch, dribbling past everyone.
Yeah, that could be goal of the season, definitely. It was like Like Lionel Messi transformed into a centre-back, the way Micky ran through everyone. Fantastic goal.
It was deja vu, a flashback to Bale's surge against Inter. Like Bale, Van de Ven is powered by athleticism that defies logic. A defender clocked at 37.1 kilometers per hour, faster than most forwards in Europe. But what makes him special isn't just speed, it's control. He doesn't just react to attacks, he starts them. And when a defender starts shaping the attack, you begin to question where his limits really lie, because that's how it began for Bale. And if Van de Ven's evolution keeps going the same way, Tottenham might just be watching their next great transformation unfold before their eyes. When you strip away the positions, the decades, and the managers, Micky Van de Ven and Gareth Bale are very similar. When Bale burst into the Premier League, his pace was something defenders had never seen. He could cover 70 yards in seconds, turning defense into attack in one run. It wasn't long before Spurs realized his acceleration wasn't a defensive tool. It was a weapon. Now look at Van de Ven. He's officially the fastest player in Premier League history, 37.38 kilometers per hour, but it's how he uses that speed that's so Bale-like. It's not just recovery runs. It's overlapping, bursting through lines, sprinting into attacking positions. And even that solo goal straight out of a video game don't belong to a center back's highlight reel. They belong to an attacker. And then there's the left foot. Both Bale and Van de Ven strike the ball with a rare mix of power and precision. Bale's thunderous free kicks became his trademark, shots that seemed to defy physics. Van de Ven, while not known for set pieces, hits through the ball with that same violent elegance. His finishes have that clean, explosive strike that only a naturally gifted left footer can produce. Add to that their calm confidence and composure. Bale didn't talk much. He showed belief through movement. Van de Ven carries that same aura. Every carry, every stride screams certainty. At first glance, the comparison feels almost too perfect. Two left-footed speed demons who started in defense and terrorized opponents going forward. But if you look closer, Micky Van de Ven and Gareth Bale are built from the same lightning, yet wired for completely different storms. Let's start with Bale. Even as a fullback, he played like a winger trapped in defense. His dribbling was natural, instinctive, a blend of rhythm and chaos. He could shift direction at full speed, glide past defenders, and strike the ball like a cannon. What made Bale's transformation inevitable was his touch. Every run ended with danger. A cross, a shot, a goal. He wasn't just fast. He was technical, creative, and had that tunnel vision for goal that only attackers possess. Van de Ven, on the other hand, is explosive in a very different way. His pace is frightening, record-breaking in fact, but it's built for covering ground, not tight spaces. His stride length makes him perfect for recovery runs and surging carries through open lanes, but less suited to the stop-start rhythm of a winger. While Bale's dribbles relied on close control and sharp cuts, Van de Ven's strengths lie in momentum, in overpowering, not outdancing. Then there's the ball control and creative instinct. Bale could beat a man one-on-one and then curl a 25-yard shot into the top corner. Van de Ven's left foot is powerful, but it's more functional. A defender's strike, clean and direct. He can carry the ball, yes, but he's not naturally a creator. His goals often come from well-timed runs, not intricate footwork or flair. Physically, Van de Ven's frame, tall, muscular, built like a modern center back, makes him dominant in duels, but less nimble in tight attacking pockets. Bale, even at his peak strength, was more elastic. That perfect mix of power and flexibility that allowed him to explode off the line or whip the ball mid-stride. But here's where things get interesting. Van de Ven doesn't need to become Bale to redefine what a center back can be. Football has evolved. Players like John Stones, Alessandro Bastoni, and now Van de Ven blur the lines between defender and playmaker. He may not become a winger, but he could become something even more radical, a center back who attacks like one. In fact, a left back role might be his perfect bridge. When Spurs want to overload the flanks or face rapid counterattacks, Van de Ven's speed and stamina make him the ultimate outlet. He has the athletic profile to surge forward like a winger, but the defensive instincts to recover before danger builds. Think of how Bale once transitioned from left back to left wing. Van de Ven could do the reverse, a defender who moves forward rather than a winger who drops back. With his pace, long stride, and improving confidence on the ball, Van de Ven could become Thomas Frank's tactical wildcard, a player who can shift from center back to left back, depending on the opponent. Not quite a Bale-style winger, but a modern-day fullback capable of breaking lines and creating overloads. So, what do you think? Should Thomas Frank try him out in another position, or should he retain him at center back?